Our children suffer from a condition. They have been born with a condition called Nemaline myopathy. Older child underwent the test. All that she could say in that sense of pain and suffering for the test, she says, "Don't allow my sister to go through this, please." These children are fine because they have a genetic condition, but they are mentally as razor sharp as any other child. When you mainstream these children, because they are capable of being mainstreamed, you realize that there are very few facilities to accommodate the real needs of children. When all the other children go to the playground, that child can't go to the playground because once you're out, it takes such a Herculean effort to come back to class. Our children suffer from a condition. They have been born with a condition called Nemaline myopathy. It's a genetic condition which they have inherited at birth. They were born in Uttarakhand. Before they came into our lives around 2014, there was an absence of knowledge about myopathy. Absence of knowledge among doctors, amongst caregivers, and certainly complete absence of knowledge on the part of their parents. And of course, everyone lives, in a sense, in a feeling of self-denial. The families where the children are born feel that, well, there's nothing wrong with them. There were no testing facilities, even in major institutes in India. And where there were testing facilities, such as the Postgraduate Institute in Lucknow, we were told that the test then was so invasive and so painful that they would remove a part of the tissue from the child without anesthesia. It was so terribly painful. And I still remember the time when the test was done. The test had to be done for both the children. And after the older child underwent the test, all that she could say in that sense of pain and suffering for the test, she says, "Don't allow my sister to go through this, please." So there was an absence of adequate testing, absence of schools in Uttarakhand. When the children came to us in Allahabad, the sole school, which was run by the good Mr. Banerjee for children with disabilities, had shut down because Mr. Banerjee was no more. And there was no school where the children could even learn the basics of alphabet or everything that a little child aspires for. But the children would always have little school bags at home with a snack box and their bottle of water, because that represented their feelings. They aspired to go to school. So they would play school with their own little bags at home. But when we moved to Delhi, we found a school for them, which was Tamanna, run by the redoubtable Dr. Chona. And she said that, this is not a school for these children. This is a school for children suffering from predominantly autism. These children are fine because they have a genetic condition, but they are mentally as razor sharp as any other child. And gradually, she said, we have to mainstream these children, which is what we did. Now, we were thinking of sending them to a good school. So we went to various schools, and the first question that we asked was, how will the other children treat these children in school? And does the school have any sense of policy to ensure that these children are not bullied, that these children are not disparaged, because that would really set them back? And the principals of so many schools told us that, well, children are children, so they'll have to survive amongst other children. Until we found Sanskriti, and they said that we have mentor children, we have friends who will be associated with these children to ensure that other children learn how to deal with them. Another problem which so many of these children with disability face in school is that when you mainstream these children, because they are capable of being mainstreamed, you realize that there are very few facilities to accommodate the real needs of children. So if a child is fond of science and the science lab is in a basement, the child can't go to the science lab for the simple reason that there is no ramp and there is no lift. So the child has to sit in class when everybody else goes to a science lab, though science is so close to that child's heart. Or when all the other children go to the playground, that child can't go to the playground because once you're out, it takes such a Herculean effort to come back to class. All other children participate in dramatics. All other children participate in poetry or debates. But children who have a speech defect, as all children with muscular disorders do, they are not allowed to participate in dramatics because of the fear that the audience may not have the patience or the tolerance to give that child another 2 minutes to explain what that child has to say. So these are some of the problems which good institutions face even today in capital cities like Delhi.